This week on Now Here with Chris and Kell.
So I was feeling really pretty embarrassed that this was my fault.
Last week, we finally departed from Puerto Penasco, and now we're headed to Willard Bay along the Baja side of Mexico. This would be a fairly long passage for us, an overnighter for sure, but we were ready for this.
Status update, Drifter has left the building. Bye-bye Puerto Penasco, headed towards Punta Willard. Have some friends there we're gonna meet up with, and some friends that are on their way, left a little bit ahead of us, so looking forward to some warmer weather and being back out on the water. So far, so good.
We are underway, all systems go. Having a little trouble with our secondary Wi-Fi network on our tablet here that controls the Pilot, but we can do it manually as well if you want. Yeah, Kelly's up front. The sea state is a little choppy, but you know, not horrible. We've done it worse. Hopefully it stays nice and smooth. We're getting about 10 knots. We might come around and have a nice little beam reach here for a while. Have the head sail up for a bit. Another port in the rear view. This one we were at a long time, Puerto Penasco. You know, it wasn't so bad. I enjoyed my time there. So long, Puerto Penasco. See you soon, or see you on another time.
Hopefully, that's not the case. Can't imagine why we'd end up going back this direction.
Chris is getting the fishing lines out already.
And in addition to busting out the fishing lines, we're also going to take advantage of this wind and raise our mainsail. We hoisted our mainsail primarily for stability purposes. We learned from our experience last season that Drifter does quite well having his main up while the motor purrs.
Feels a little less roly-poly, not much.
Oh, I think it's much better.
Is it?
Yeah.
We are motor sailing. We just left at about 20 after 1. We should be arriving, I'm gonna guess, sometime around 9-10 a.m. It's about a 100 nautical mile trip across the Sea of Cortez from the armpit that is Puerto Penasco, and I mean that more of like a visual armpit with the Baja Peninsula and the mainland. Not that it's the armpit of the Sea of Cortez, although it is a bit of an armpit as far as the Sea of Cortez goes. And it's cold right now, so I'm happy to be leaving.
Have we mentioned that already?
My queasy level is probably like a 3 or a 4 out of 10. It's definitely not a 0, but I don't feel like I'm gonna hurl. Just gotta get back in the rhythm of it. Status update, about 2 hours in. It's getting a little rolly. We're still motor sailing along. We got about 12 knots on the starboard back quarter. The sea state is starting to roll and hitting us somewhat, broadside. It's going with the wind, so it's hitting us on the back quarter and making us flop a little bit. It was much better before, but still not the worst. My Puco meter is risen to 4 out of 10. What about yours?
I'm now 1.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll just keep our eye on the horizon. It's supposed to continue to diminish wind-wise as we head into the evening and be almost non-existent by 10 p.m. We'll find out if that's the case. Gonna make a passage salad for dinner, possibly with fresh steak, possibly without fresh steak.
We'll see how it goes.
Indeed we will.
There wasn't much to scout for, but we did end up seeing a few shrimping boats off in the distance. Chris's cure for seasickness is to keep his eyes on the horizon, so he took the first leg while I took a brief nap down below before dinner.
You gonna take a nap down there?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a little siesta.
Gonna jump right into the old sea berth?
Yep.
Well, enjoy it.
Thank you, dear.
I'll be up here keeping watch, keeping you safe,
Thanks.
hopefully.
I can always count on you.
So far.
The sea state had calmed down quite a bit. At this point, the idea of cooking became possible. So Chris pulled out the steak for our passage salad. As you can imagine, doing anything while underway presents its own set of challenges. Cooking, particularly, in any kind of sea state, can be especially risky business. You can see here there are a lot of cautious moves being made in the galley. Eventually, dinner is served. We typically try to minimize our dishes while underway in effort to make sure everything fits securely in the sink and to conserve our water supply. So, we'll be sharing a bowl this evening. After our bellies were satiated, we fell into our old night watch rhythm. We take turns on watch with shifts every 3 hours. This seems to work out really well for us. As the sun went down, we turned on our radar and were surprised to see this much traffic at night. Those shrimping boats were still at it and lit up like beacons on the water. At this point, our wind completely died, so we decided to take down our mainsail. We were also taking this precaution just in case the wind suddenly changed, which seems to happen pretty frequently in the Sea of Cortez. Plus, with the sea state being this calm, we no longer needed our main up for stability.
Passage log. Just chilling. The wind has completely died. We're facing a 2-knot current and going a mere 3.6 knots. But we'll be there tomorrow morning. That's okay because it's been actually pretty darn comfortable so far. Nice and flat.
A few moments later.
It's my watch. It's 6 a.m. The sun is still not up. But I'm going to make a hearty breakfast. Oh yeah, that looks good. Oh, should get some crispiness on the bottom before we call it good, but we're starting to get nice caramelization on those potatoes. Every time I cook, I get a little nauseous, so we're going to kill the heat after a second here and let it sit. We'll call it a cool down period for both the food and me because I am not feeling 100. Here comes the sun.
Yeah, a nice break and a view of the horizon always seems to help settle the stomach.
Getting close, about 2 hours left, but we can see the destination vaguely in the distance. Debating whether I should put the sail back up because that would definitely help us scoot along, but we only have about 2 hours left and Kelly's down for a nap.
Almost there.
We are. We're at the mouth. It's awfully shallow here. It's only 24 feet at the mouth. We got a ways to go, so I'm keeping my eye on the depth.
We were actually starting to question our systems because it did seem way too shallow over here. Happy to report our systems work and are highly accurate. But the bad news?
False alarm. Apparently we went to the wrong spot.
We missed the memo.
Yeah, somehow we missed the memo from our friends who had already arrived. We went to the first spot on the north side, whereas everyone else was in the anchorage to the south.
Yeah, now we're going around another 40 minutes of sailing, but not sailing. We screwed up. Whoops.
We arrived just before 10 a.m. and scouted for a good sandy anchoring spot. I stand at the bow and shout out the color markings on our chain. We have a color marker every 10 meters to ensure we set a proper scope. After our chain is mostly out, we attach this thing called a snubber. This takes the tension off the chain in the unlikely event that we experience any abrupt jolting. And of course, last step is backing down on the anchor to make sure we're all set.
Just landed here in Willard. Good spot to be. That was a really easy passage. Well, easy, and that was a very uneventful passage, but pleasant. We got two boat friends in the Anchorage, Beluga here and Remedy over there. So we are tucked in, ready to explore over the next couple days, at least. We're not sure how long we'll be here, but just kind of playing it by ear.
Yes, we are here in Bahia Willard. Pretty cool spot. Nice and calm. That's the best part. So far, we're tucked in actually quite close to the shore.
Our friends on Remedy arrived a few days before us, so Baron came over to say hi and give us the skinny on what this anchorage was all about. We spent the next few hours settling in, transforming the boat into being more livable and less travelable. We also needed to take a nap after that long passage.
What are you up to?
I thought I'd make the base for some guacamole because we have some delicious avocados that need et.
Nice.
Maybe bring it over to someone's boat and enjoy it.
We can have a party at our boat.
Yeah, invite everybody over here for sundowners.
That sounds good.
We've never done that before.
Yeah.
Never had guests on our boat.
That way we don't have to deal with the dinghy tonight.
That's what you're always concerned about. You just are completely unwilling to deal with the dinghy.
I'm not.
That's why it took you so long to find a man.
Ah, guac. Yum.
And soon our guests from Beluga and Remedy would be arriving.
Welcome!
Once the sun went down, the evenings were still quite chilly, so we moved inside and got all toasty, capping the night off with some whiskey tasting.
Blooming.
This is really good whiskey.
Yeah.
Cheers! Cheers!
Anti-blooming.
Lots of the cheers as well.
So far, our time in Willard was far exceeding our expectations. Beautiful weather, friends close by, and no set agenda on what will happen next.
If you ever wondered how we take a shower, I just thought I'd show you. Nothing below the neck, though. That would be lewd and inappropriate, and also completely unwanted. But we do have the ability to use our fresh water to take a shower, and when the engine's on, it heats up the water so you can get a nice warm shower. That's kind of nice after a passage. But for the most part, we take one of these solar showers and stick it on the sun, and then we feed it through the vent. And then we take a shower. It's actually pretty pleasant when you don't have soap in your eye. You gotta do everything you can to conserve power, especially while we don't have a water maker. But soon I shall remedy that, I hope.
The following morning,
Ah, yes. This is better. Still not super warm, but it's supposed to be 77 today. Look where we find ourselves.
the big red building along the beach is an eco-lodge, and there are a string of houses along the beachfront that appear mostly vacant, so we're kind of assuming they're rental properties.
I think the plan for today is to get the dinghy down, go for a little putter around the area and check it out. It's Sunday, so we basically can do whatever the heck we want. I think we're just gonna explore. That'd be pretty cool. I'm excited to do it. After being in Puerto Penasco for months, it's nice to get out to a new spot, a new place to check out. Right, Kelly? Where'd you go?
Oh, I'm just gonna do a quick workout on the bow here before we really get going with our day. Working out on a boat is similar to cooking. Presents some unique challenges, all pretty much centered around balance and coordination, but also being creative with your equipment and your surroundings. Well, better see what Chris is up to.
Good morning.
Hello.
Lovely day.
It is pretty great.
Fishing?
Yeah, getting bored already. I suck at fishing.
When did you start? I was
About
working
5
out.
minutes ago.
Supercast.
Here it comes.
Okay. Don't get too close. I don't need a hook in my face.
While Chris keeps fishing, I'm gonna take a proper shower down below.
Kelly's taking a shower. How is it?
Oh, cold.
Is it cold?
Refreshing.
It wasn't warm at all?
No.
Well, good. I'm glad you're clean. All right, bye.
Bye.
I'm getting the car ready this morning. We need to have a little christening ceremony.
There we do. Hand me a beer.
It's 9:30 a.m. on Sunday.
For the environment.
Right.
I christened this boat Paul McCartney.
Named so because we bought him off another boat called Calico Skies.
Woo! May he never fail us. What a waste of beer.
Now that that's over,
Alright, let's get all Paul loaded up.
for this task and getting the car ready, we use our pulley system from the mizzen boom to carefully lower the outboard down and secure it onto Paul. After Paul was ready, we hopped in and went to go pick up the beluga crew for a walk along the beach. Once ashore, they helped us pull Paul in away from the tide. We had the whole beach to ourselves that day, which was a little surprising given it was a Sunday. We hiked out to the spit and ended up finding an abundance of clams. No joke, we had a lot of clams in our hands. Probably a few too many. They were coming up so easy. Now we had enough for a feast. We decided to head back to the boat.
We have done some good work.
We got some clams. We're gonna eat them. We got some seawater. Let them relax. Get rid of some of their grody sand. Yep. There we go. Oh wait. Oh wait.
The fun doesn't stop.
Nope. Can't stop, won't stop. Wait for me, guys. I want to swim. There it is. It's all of them.
Alright, that's quite a haul.
So while those are soaking,
We're just back here relaxing, and we got a hail on the radio. Kelly, where's our dinghy?
out there.
Where?
Out there. Can't really see it from here.
Oh, there it is.
Looks like Paul made a break for it.
Luckily, we know some people that are in the Anchorage, or we'd be rapidly inflating a paddleboard once we finally figured it out. Whoops.
And since I'm the one who tied off the dinghy, I'm now deeply questioning my knot tying abilities.
That's weird. Breaking news. It cut. Kelly's knot's off the hook, but we can't figure out what's going on.
Operation Rescue Dinghy and Baron. Not sure why our engine isn't starting, but it's not. He's out there with oars battling waves. Glad they're here. Really glad. So I was feeling really pretty embarrassed that this was my fault, my shitty knot tying, but it wasn't the knot. Our line actually snapped off, and that's when Paul McCartney went flying. Fortunately, we have some really awesome friends. Heather came and grabbed Chris to get Paul started, and then rescue Baron. All right, and they're off, coming back. Good thing nothing is wrong with our outboard. That would have really, really sucked. Chris is just apparently the only one that can get Paul going. Thank you, guys! Now that Paul is back, he's going for a hang in timeout. And we're going to stow him like this until we figure out how exactly that happened and how to prevent that from happening in the future. As you can see, the sea state is a little rough right now, so we're thinking that has something to do with his escape. Making some clams while underway, but not underway. But kind of underway.
We're a little rolly in this Anchorage. Making Indio clams. I think they're Venus clams.
In lieu of white wine, we're using Indio.
Beer is perfectly valid.
Jesus.
So we need the gimbal feature.
We have it.
Is it on?
No.
Unfortunately, our sea-stated anchor was too much for our cook, so Chris ended up finishing the clams, but wasn't able to enjoy them with the rest of us.
Well, be getting Chris to do this.
Right,
Yes.
how do you do this?
So
what
how
the
did
hell,
he do
man?
this?
Yeah.
We all ate the hell out of those clams, but Chris was certainly missed.
Clams were a hit.
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
They were delicious.
The next morning, we woke up bright and early to a beautiful sunrise.
Just after 9 a.m. Been up for quite a while. Yeah, it's like glass out here. It's pretty cool. Not hardly a ripple. Just getting some jobs done. Kelly's working today. I think we're gonna do some fishing this afternoon or around noon. Right, Kel?
Yep.
She's working, so don't bug her.
Shortly thereafter, I kicked Chris off the boat and out of my hair to go scouting for fishing spots on the dinghy until I was able to take my lunch break.
Bye, lover.
I'm off to catch our meal.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. I got a couple beers, my radio and stuff, a bucket in case we want to go clamming,
Cool.
and my fishing pole.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
dude.
Now without Captain Distraction, I can actually get some work done. And just like clockwork, prompt as ever, look who shows up right at noon to take me fishing.
Kelly got special permission from her fishing boss to take an hour to go fishing today.
Yeah, I'm gonna go fishing on my lunch break.
That's right. Got the tackle box, got the bucket for fish, a couple beverages, non-alcoholic. Bummer. And then we got our wet bag.
The radio.
It has a radio and some knives and emergency things. We are ready as we can be. My name's Mick. I'll be your guide today.
Yeah, buddy. Is this the spot?
I think so. I think we'll stop here and see what kind of luck we have.
Is there any method to your madness?
Eat a hook.
Alright, there was no method here, only madness.
Alright, this looks pretty good, doesn't it?
This seemed as good a spot as any, so let's go fishing. I only have an hour.
Usually I just sit in that chair with my feet up, but you're hogging it. So I don't invite you to go fishing.
I've been invited one time, and I
Two.
accepted. Oh,
Two.
that is true. 2 times.
Look at that. That's how you catch fish.
You got one?
Oh yeah, I do, Kelly. I'm a
Oh.
master angler.
Okay.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
It might be one of the bigger sand bass that I've caught.
This is exciting, Chris.
Are you excited?
I am. My first cast.
Oh. And then
Is it going under the boat?
I did easy.
Out and
How'd you let go? Well, you did it. Up. There you go. You got a sand bass. Nicely done, babe.
Thanks,
First
babe.
strike.
You got a little one.
guy.
Oh, he's all puffed out.
This one was a little too small, so we cut it loose.
Hi, little lady. All right, sadly Kelly has to go back to work, but she did catch her own lunch here. She's just afraid to touch it. Whoa, wuss.
Hold, please.
Just kidding. I really don't like touching fish either. Look at that cute little guy. If you put it in the foreground, it'll make it look bigger. That looks huge now.
Yep.
You'll see, you got blood on your hand. What an angler.
What? Who am I? Who am I?
All right, let's get back to work.
Okay.
We returned to Drifter, where Chris filleted and prepared the bass for lunch.
Take a break and try this fish.
There might be some bones in there. This is spotted sand bass.
Nice.
Yeah, you had it once before. Did try it. Well worth eating. Just don't get a bone in your throat. Today was a work day for this lady. Yeah, we're gonna have a nice little get together at the beach. Maybe a little bonfire. We are doing a potluck.
Potluck action.
And yeah, it should be a nice, quiet little evening. Something I've been looking forward to. Ooh, the sun's behind me. We'll get to see that go down. And I'll stop wearing these, because then it becomes douchey.
We all arrived on the beach, drinks in hand and ready to enjoy a nice meal by the toasty fire. We all had different schedules, different sailing plans and goals. We shared stories and ideas, tips for route planning, and best anchorages south of here. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. We parted ways for the evening and all went back to our boats for the night. We said our goodbyes. Tomorrow, we'll be on the move somewhere new. Now, for this week's blooper reel, sponsored by our patrons.
Got my headphones on again. Like, what I catch is gonna be large and in charge.
That's for you, Poseidon. There you go.
Thanks. Okay, I can see your little head.
All right, let's get this done then.
Shithead.
Still haven't seen any whales.
Coors Light. Coming in hot.
Hardly. I'm wearing a shirt. I can change that though. Buttons. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm busy, Kelly. I'm making a shampoo commercial. My hair. Dude, don't get my chub, Kelly.
I
Keep
can't
it
see what I'm
above the
filming.
nipples. I've told you that. God. Gave me that.
Today we're beat, but tomorrow is another day.